which was fascinating. As an Indian woman myself, Noor's life held a natural attraction for me. How a Muslim woman from a conservative spiritual family went on to become a secret agent, working undercover in one of the most dangerous areas during the war, was something I wanted to study in detail. The fact that Jean Overton Fuller's book had been written over 50 years ago in 1952 made me feel it was worth making another attempt. Noor was an unlikely spy. She was no Mata Hari. Instead, she was dreamy, beautiful and gentle, a writer of children's stories. She was not a crack shot, not endowed with great physical skills, and a far cry from any spy novel prototype. Yet she went on to display such courage and fortitude in the field that she was presented the highest civilian honours, the George Cross, UK, and the Croix de Guerre, France. She was one of only 3 women SOE agents to receive the George Cross, the others being Violette Szabo and Odette Sansom. The opening of the personal files of SOE agents in 2003 gave me the leads I had been looking for. Though the main players in the field, Noor's chiefs and associates at SOE, Maurice Buckmaster, Selwyn Jepson, Vera Atkins and Leo Marks, were all dead, I was confident that Noor's own files and the files of the agents who worked with her in the field would provide fresh material. In an area like the Secret Service, there will always be gaps which cannot be filled. Meetings are held in secret and hardly any records kept. Most of Noor's colleagues were killed in France, murdered in various concentration camps, and few lived to tell their tale, making the job even more difficult. With the help of Noor's family, her brothers Vilayat and Hedayat, Jean Overton Fuller's account, SOE archives and other sources, I have tried to complete the jigsaw of Noor's life and her final road to death. While working on this book, I realized that Noor has been romanticized in many earlier accounts with much information about her that is pure fantasy. She has been said to have been recruited while on a tiger hunt in India. Her father, an Indian Sufi mystic, is said to have been close to Rasputin and invited by him to Russia to give spiritual advice to Tsar Nicholas II. She is said to have been born in the Kremlin. None of this is true, though much of it has been repeated in many seminal books on the SOE. Noor was an international person. Indian, French, and British at the same time. However, she is better known in France than in Britain or India. In France, she is a heroine. They know her as Madeleine of the Resistance, and every year a military band plays outside her childhood home on Bastille Day. A square in Suresnes has been named Coeur de Madeleine after her. She has inspired a best-selling novel, La Princesse Oubliée, The Forgotten Princess, by Laurent Joffrin, which has also been translated into German. Joffrin has given her lovers she did not have, and taken her through paths she did not walk. It is a work of fiction. 60 years after the war, Noor's vision and courage are inspirational. I hope my book brings the story of Noor Inayat Khan to a new generation, for whom the sacrifices made for freedom are already becoming a footnote in history. Shrabani Basu, November 2005. Since the publication of the book in 2006, I have had an overwhelming reaction from people who have been moved by Noor's story. The Indian government honoured Noor in September 2006 when the External Affairs Minister Pranab Mukherjee paid an official visit to her childhood home in Suresnes and said that Noor's story of heroism, bravery and sacrifice would always inspire the younger generation. It was the first formal recognition of Noor Inayat Khan by the country of her ancestors. Across the Atlantic, Noor has inspired a music CD, dance compositions and a play. An international film is on the cards. In February this year, a packet dropped through my letterbox from a school in Manchester. It contained a book called Liberté, brought out by Year 6 children as part of a project. On the cover was a child sketch of Noor in her WAF uniform. Inside were imaginary dialogues and letters composed by the children, including letters Noor may have written from prison. For Noor, this tribute from children would surely have been one of the most precious. To know her story lives on is truly rewarding. London, May 2008. Prologue. 11 September 1944, Pforzheim Prison, Germany. Her hands and feet chained together. Classified.